Hello everyone, today is January 17th, and this is a look and discussion of the upcoming severe weather event for your Wednesday night. Now one quick look at the satellite will tell you that a lot is going on today. If we start marking a bunch of features, we'll notice an upper level low currently situated over the Great Lakes. This low was responsible for the rain and cloudiness this morning that we had. As you can see along the front end of the trough, you have circulation into the low. The trough itself has been weakening as it kicks off to the east. With that kicking out, if we close the loop, we see a slight break in between two systems. However, if you look off to the west, we see another trough coming with an upper level low. Out ahead of the low, you can see another trough, this one with very divergent flow in the upper levels. As this trough moves eastward, it will begin to interact with the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. A surface low will form along the Red River in Texas and Oklahoma and move northeast. Out ahead of this, the moisture surge is on, and it has been pretty hot today with temperatures in the 80s. This will set the stage for a severe weather setup along the Arklatex. Compared to last time, this severe weather threat compared to our last ones won't be very high of a potential. However, it is a potential that exists, and that we need to cover. There are numerous factors that will go against this system compared to last systems, and that's why we don't have as high of a threat. Also, I can't make a weather outlook without mentioning this little guy that was off the East Coast yesterday. As you can see, a subtropical storm managed to form off the East Coast. In the weather world, this is a pretty incredible and rare feat for a subtropical storm to form this early on in the season, and especially this far up to the north. And actually, yesterday, it managed to get very close to hurricane strength, and it might have even attained that, but we'll never truly know. Either way, this low pressure area was a pretty incredible spectacle for anybody who was watching it. Over the course of last night and today, it slungshot northward and ended up in Canada by this morning. With that out of the way, let's actually dive into our severe weather threat. And first, we will start with the general forecast for this time frame. For the rest of today, tonight, and tomorrow, expect relatively similar conditions. Warm, moist air. Today's highs were near or above 80, tomorrow's highs will be relatively similar. For tonight, our lows will barely get into the mid-60s. It should be noted that tomorrow will be very blustery in the wind department, with winds up to 30 miles an hour possible. Low-level clouds will be around all day, however rain chances will be low until we get till after sunset. Severe weather will be all possible after sunset. That is our time frame in this event. In the forecast, by 6 p.m., rain is likely, and it's likely all the way until 5 in the morning. Now, I will say, I feel like this forecast is flawed slightly because the rain is more likely from the midnight to around that time frame. I don't know why they give such a huge range of rain possible. This line will be moving fairly quickly. It might only be raining for about 30 minutes when it passes. I think these likely chances are given because there is a general uncertainty of when the line will actually move through. Anyways, let's get into the reason that you're here, and that is due to the severe weather. How bad will it be? With the official risk, we have a broad slight risk across the Mississippi River Valley. Surrounding that, a marginal risk. As for our area, only northwestern portions of the area are given in a slight risk. If you cut our region in half from northeast to southwest, you're under a marginal risk on the northwest side, and thunderstorm on the southeast. Now across the warm sector, supercells are possible, especially once you get to the north and western regions of the area. However, once you get down into southeastern Louisiana, our threat will be solely from the line. With this line comes a 5% chance of a wind damage threat. In the slight risk, a 15% chance of wind damage within 25 miles of a point exists. Also in the slight risk, a 5% tornado risk exists within 25 miles of a point. Surrounding that, 2%. Hail is not expected to be a big threat tomorrow. With the severe risk stated, let's get into the models. First, we'll start with the mid-level winds. Now this run is for about the time of this video. As you can see, the trough that we noted on satellite is very, very clear to the eye. As we go through tonight and tomorrow, we can see that trough start to strengthen as it moves to the northwestern portions of the area. As we go after dark, the trough begins to get closer and closer to us until the front kicks through. As for our upper level winds, well, they are cranking. As we play this out, an upper level speed max will be moving through the area, which leads to enhanced divergence over the area. This encourages storm development as it allows storms up in the upper levels to fan themselves out. If we move to our low level jet, we see it starts to strengthen by the morning and continues to strengthen by the afternoon. One larger limiting factor of the low level jet is its placement and displacement to the north. However, it does try to strengthen by the nighttime, and we could get in the 30 to 40 knot low-level jet winds, which would be adequate enough for some marginal severe weather. With our wind field successfully analyzed, let's move to the HRRR for some more in-depth features. First, we look at our dew points. This is the current dew point, and as we go into tonight, we'll notice that dew points begin to increase off to our west. You can see 70-degree dew points near Lake Charles. As the line moves eastward, our dew points only get higher. 65 to 70-degree dew points will be good enough for severe weather. One big factor is the surface winds. Initially, surface winds are out of the south, which encourages turning with height. As we continue to nighttime, surface winds stay out of the south. The entire time, winds look to stay southerly. This would encourage rotation within each cell. However, the biggest issue for our area is the lack of energy, or CAPE, in the atmosphere. If we play this out, we'll notice that by the morning you have adequate CAPE off to our west. As we get more toward peak heating, we notice CAPE peaks at about 1,500 joules per kilogram. This is plenty enough for severe weather. The biggest problem with this is that once we lose daytime heating, that CAPE starts to go away. By the time we get into our area, CAPE values are weak at most, with only 100 to 200 at the maximum. This is nowhere near good enough for any severe weather. If we take a look at simulated radar, we see that storms begin to form pretty early on across northwestern Louisiana and southern Arkansas. These storms could be supercells, but they will not be a threat to our area. As we go into the afternoon, we start to see more development along the line and maybe a little bit out ahead of the line. As we get toward 8, 9, and 10 p.m., we notice the line start to solidify off to our west. On the model, the line looks to peak at about 9 and 10 p.m. At this point, the line will be very near to Baton Rouge, and it could be possible that there are supercells embedded within the line. However, after this point, we notice a steep decline in the strength of the line. As the storms run past the CAPE in the atmosphere, the line will weaken. In this situation, the farther east that you are, the more likely you are to not see anything at all, just rain. So, to recap, while the wind field will be conducive to severe weather, the CAPE values will not. In this situation, there will not be enough instability in the atmosphere to really promote that storm development. While storms are more likely due to better CAPE values the farther west you go, they will be weakening as they get into our area. If we go back to the Storm Prediction Center's outlook, that is why the risk decreases with eastern extent. With all that said, have a great rest of your day. Like this video and subscribe if you're new, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.